Sacramento County is home to California's largest community of state workers, around 90,000 people. Governor Gavin Newsom says he wants them to come back into the office starting this summer. Many still work remotely part-time following the pandemic, but as CapRadio's Laura Fitzgerald reports, state worker unions hope a new bill will protect their ability to telework indefinitely.
On any given day before the pandemic, hundreds of workers would walk the sidewalks, circling the state capitol on their lunch breaks. But it isn't as busy in the downtown Capitol corridor as it used to be. A big part of that is state workers are still working remotely a few days a week. That includes Gina Garcia-Smith, who works for the Department of Education. She says the option to work from home has allowed her more flexibility, especially after becoming a parent.
I'm able to do my job remotely for 3 days out of the week. That really has improved my quality of life and the amount of time I'm able to spend with my daughter. I'm not, stuck in traffic. I'm able to be present.
Newsom has ordered state employees to return to the office 4 days a week starting July 1st. That's a move Garcia-Smith does not support. She says the ability to telework is a big draw for state jobs.
So if we really want to attract and retain quality state workers, it's really important to be able to provide some incentive, because clearly pay is not the incentive that's being provided.
Garcia-Smith's union, SEIU Local 1000, is backing a bill this year that would require state agencies to continue offering telework. Democratic Assemblymember Alex Lee authored the bill. He represents Silicon Valley, where private sector telework is typical, and says state workers should continue to benefit from that same opportunity.
This has allowed for people to move further away from Sacramento in places that are more affordable, closer to their family networks, instead of all being concentrated in one area. And this has a lot of great potential benefits for the workers themselves.
Last year, a state auditor report estimated that allowing telework could save California around $225 million a year in real estate and facility costs.
And that excess office space, which is, and I'm looking at right now, downtown mall of Sacramento, that space can be repurposed.
Like for private companies to open operations in Sacramento, or even for housing. If the legislature approves the bill, Newsom would get the final say.
We got to get these downtowns moving again. Got a sense of community and place.
But when I asked Newsom about the bill at a recent press conference, he seemed steadfast in his plan to call state workers back to the office this summer.
I'm for getting us back. So as you know, I've supported that, and I believe that we're on track to do that July 1st.
Just a few blocks over from the Capitol is K Street. The light rail runs down the middle of this once vibrant stretch of restaurants and shops. The area struggled economically since the pandemic. Ross Rojek co-owns Capitol Books. He says the shop is doing fine business-wise, and on top of that, he says he isn't convinced a return-to-office mandate for state workers will fix the complex issues facing downtown Sacramento, like homelessness.
And I don't know that, the forcing people to come back in order to make downtown alive again is going to work. You're just going to piss off more people.
But for restaurants, it's a different story. Cesar Jimenez owns the chicken sandwich spot Fire and Crisp. He opened his doors about a year ago and says he picked this spot because he thought more workers would be returning downtown. Jimenez says a return-to-office mandate would probably be good for business.
So yeah, it would be definitely super helpful to have that frequent lunch rush for lunch, yeah.
But that won't happen without a fight from state worker unions. SEIU Local 1000 says telework will be a big factor for their contract negotiations with the state this year, especially if legislation isn't successful. Laura Fitzgerald, CapRadio News.